ArsenalFanTV here with the legend himself, Ian Wright. And you know what? First of all, I've got to say, I've got your book in my hand, the autobiography. You got to get it. It's out now. Just come out
today.
Right, and you got some stamina, man. I've just seen you. You must have signed about 500 books in here tonight.
Well, you got to do it. That's what they do, man. And you know what? What I learned tonight more than anything else, and you know, I'm very quick to tell people how much stick I get on social media. But like what I found tonight was the people that come over to me and they talk to me about how because of me they support the club and all stuff like that. It touches you deep and it makes you realise that you can't really take too much notice of certain stuff. But sometimes, you say that, Lloyd. But you know, because it's always come from a place of love. So when you're hearing stuff from Arsenal fans who are supposedly Arsenal fans saying the same things what they say, it hurts. So when you're in this kind of environment and you're getting the love, it reaffirms why I love the club and why I love the fans and why it meant so much to me to play for the club.
I mean, the love in here tonight was absolutely unbelievable.
It's a loving, bro.
You know,
it was a love fest. It was a loving love fest.
Proper love fest. Now, listen, you know what I want to ask you about?
What?
The game at the weekend. Now, I remember you telling me a story, right, a couple of years ago that you was at Chelsea and you was doing some punditry work. I think it was for either BT Sport or Sky.
6-0.
When we got beaten 6-0 and at half time you was walking down the touchline and the Chelsea fans were giving you so much grief.
Me, it was. I remember, but at the time it was 4-0, and so they were saying to me, "What's the score? What's the score?" So I went like that. So what was really cool? They like that. They like that. But what it was humiliating because it was the same week when Jose Mourinho came out and said our boss is a specialist in failure. And I'm thinking we needed a reaction out of the dressing room. I'm thinking we can't go to Chelsea and let's our gaffer's like nemesis, you know, his enemy, talked about him like that. And the way we went down in that game said a lot to me about that particular dressing room, and I made that clear. And there's a lot of that side of stuff. I still hear people talk about it now, some of the Arsenal fans, about how I was slaughtering the guys. They deserve to be slaughtered that day. 6-0.
Oh my God.
It was the most embarrassing time I've ever watched Arsenal, been involved with Arsenal. It was the most embarrassing for me. And so those are the things that upset me. And those are the things when I said, you know, that there's too much faith that he's putting into players that they haven't repaid him with. And that is one of the biggest faults I've found under his reign. There's players that are ambling along, and I think it's time for us to stop ambling along. And that's why I'm quite pleased to see people go out on loan. You know what I mean? Jack's gone out on loan. Hopefully he'll do well and show that he's good enough to maybe come back. If that's not the case, then that's not the case. It's good to see people move on. Callum, people like that moving on. Joel Campbell, why we've moved him on, I'm not really too sure, because what I've seen of him when he's playing well, he's pretty good. I would have given him another go, but he's another one. He's been on loan 5 of the 6 years he's been with us, or something like that. I can't remember what it is, but what I want to see now, if I'm going to be totally honest, and it might upset a few, I want to see Xhaka playing, and I want to see El Neni playing. I know Coquelin's good. He's done well for us. He's filled in a gap. Same with Santi, but they're not playing in positions that, for me, we haven't got better players who can play there now. I'd like to see Xhaka and El Neni start. I want to see something different.
So on Saturday against Chelsea, you'd start Xhaka and El Neni.
Yeah, I would, yeah.
You leave out Coquelin and Santi?
Yeah, I would do, yeah. Simply because I think it's time for us, we need to do something different. Chelsea ain't seen nothing different from us. If Xhaka's playing and El Neni's playing, they ain't going to know what to expect, really. If Coquelin and Santi's playing, they know really what to expect. And it's not anything different than what we've seen in the last 4 or 5 years in respect to what we're doing. What we need to do now is we need to let them see, hopefully Perez will start and stay up front, or if he's going to play right up top. And just, we need to have a spark of something that people go, whoa, what's happening here with Arsenal? Even the fact that we've seen Xhaka score 2 30-yarders, it's making me feel like we've got a player who can do that. It's so nice to see a player doing that. I want to see something different now.
You know what, Perez the other night, a guy next to me said to me, he goes, boy, this guy could be the Spanish Ian Wright.
The Spanish Ian Wright? There's no such thing, man. Can't get that. No such thing. No, you know what? I would just love him to be able to play and score a few goals, because he obviously looks like he's got some pace. He looks like he's got something about him. I just want to see him down the centre. I want to see him where I don't see other people playing for us up front. so as we've got something different. Otherwise, he's just going to be another player that's in and around on the fringes. We've got people who could do that. We've got Sanchez who could play out there. Get inside, stay in there, be the focal point for us, so as we could get someone to score goals. Because I think Mustafi's going to do brilliantly. I just feel that Xhaka's got captain material about him if we could keep him. And I feel that El Neni, for some reason, I don't know what's happened, why he's been like eased out. But I think that to see those players and see them playing regularly, I think something will change. Will give us something.
You confident, Chelsea?
We ain't scored against them for 3 years or something. Or we ain't beat them for. I don't know what it is. It's some ridiculous stat. That never used to happen when we played. Chelsea couldn't come and be in and around us and bully us up like that. I know that Drogba came in and done what he done against us, and you know what I mean. That was unprecedented. But it's too long now. We've not beaten Chelsea. And I'm looking at them. I'm looking at David Luiz. I'm looking at Cahill. Looking at the goalkeeper, and I'm seeing a little bit of shakiness in between them. And I think that I want us to exploit that. And I don't want us to go and just be a normal Arsenal where we've got players flitting around them. I want people in and around them, like Costa's going to be in and around us. I want us to frighten them. I want us to let people see that we're ready to go. And we're gonna have a real go. People are talking about we're not going to make the top 5. Top 5? We were second last year. I know it's come to Leicester, but they're saying we're not going to make the top 5. They're talking about us like that. We need to show them that we are. And if we can beat Chelsea on Saturday, I'm doing the game for BT, it will start laying down markers where people say, hey, that Xhaka, hey, that El Neni, that Perez. It's people that they're frightened of or they're starting to be wary of, because at the moment, apart from Sanchez and if Ozil does his bit, they're not really frightened of us. They're not frightened of us, and we need to get something like that. That's how I feel right now.
I'll tell you what, I would have loved to have seen a matchup. If you could bring back a player and bring you back to modern day football, you and Diego Costa up against each other.
I tell you what, I'd like to see not me. I'd like to see Martin Keown up against Diego Costa. I'm telling you, he wouldn't be going on with how he's going on with if Martin Keown was up against him. I'm telling you, Martin Keown would have loved that. He would have relished that challenge of Costa, because whatever we say about Costa, the thing what he does is he plays on the edge. But he's old up playing, the runs he makes, honestly, he is good. And the reason why people like Martin could deal with all that and the foolishness as well. If he's going to go on with foolishness, Martin will have that as well. I would have loved to have seen Martin Keown up against Diego Costa. It would have been unbelievable.
So listen, I could talk to you all day. The book's out now, Wright, my autobiography. I haven't read it yet. So
read it, man, and come back to me.
That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go away, I'm going to read the book, and then I'll come back. We're going to do a proper...
Yeah,
I know it's going to be good already, because it's your life, man. I know it's going to be colourful. Does it go right back?
Well, it goes back. It goes
way back.
Deep. Yeah, it goes deep. It goes into when Arsene came, because he changed my whole life. I've got to say, and he changed my outlook on the way I approach games. I could still keep my aggressivity, like he used to say, but you know what I mean, just a little bit more refined. Gave me that. He's somebody that I really only could have hoped and prayed I could have had him from a younger age.
Yeah. I just wanted to ask you on that. You know what? Just finally on that, because it's 20 years since he's been in charge. Another mark. Let's hope it don't go wrong like the last one against Chelsea. But 20 years he's been. I think I saw a stat today where they said there's something like 232 managers have been in charge of various different clubs in the Premier League since he's been manager. I mean, how good is this guy?
He's amazing, and he was a visionary and a pioneer when he came into the game. He's changed the game, changed the way everybody thought about the way they approach games, eating, the diet, all that sort of stuff, the training regime, the nutrition and everything, the vitamins, everything. He changed it. And you could see that when the way from he came 95, 96, we just got more and more powerful. Of course, we had like the Tony Adams and the back four, and then Vieira and Petit came, and you know what I mean, we were just powerful. And like everything what we was doing with the creatine and all that, changing, and everybody else started doing. I remember when I went to West Ham, the first thing Harry Redknapp done was he sat me down and grilled me about what were we taking, what was it, what was the training, what was it. That's all they wanted to know, because that's what he done. And you know what, the way it started, Wenger's first 10 years, it was amazing. The Invincibles, you know, you look at Man City, and you know they've started really well, but people are talking about can they be the Invincibles? Of course, they've got the team to do it in this era. But what the Invincibles done under Wenger was amazing. It was literally, and I don't know if they even get the credit that they up to this day that they should be getting. But he gave us the Invincibles. He gave us great football. He took our football club global in the way people respected us and stopped calling us boring Arsenal. And that in itself, for me, gave him the leeway to be able to get the next 10 years. As much as they've not as been as fruitful as the first, he deserved that with what he done for us. And that is why, as much as if he doesn't sign a new contract and he leaves in 2017, I just want him to go out on a high for us. Whatever he's done, he's changed and he's taken Arsenal global, and we've got to be thankful for that. No fam, Xhaka fam.
And Diego Costa always causes you a lot of problems, and he's been playing causing everyone
get somebody sent off as usual.
Hey, sometimes the players deserve to get sent off. It happens.